The following is a presentation of Biggs Media Services.
Go for warmth. Go for beauty. Go for a show. Go for flavor. Go for perspective. Go for love. Go for tranquility. Go for thrills. Go for color. Go for good. Go for Puerto Rico. Go now.
For more information, the website is discoverpuertorico.com.
Are you ready? Time to play the game!
Biggs Golf Talk for golfers.
You want to hear a nice golf joke? Yeah, I should have showed up and watched me play yesterday. I should be put on Chick Galore or something like that. A team named that. Scramblers. That's it. Scramblers, that's a team I should be on, because I was scrambling for my ball.
There's a golf shot. That's a golf shot.
Hey, when am I going to get the caddy?
The bag is bigger than you.
So?
That white one?
Yeah?
That's the one you're carrying.
Oh, man, that thing's a boat anchor.
I haven't had golf anything since high school.
No, that's you, not me. She likes to enjoy a beverage herself. Is that what you're trying to say?
I might be distracted. That's another story. Golf course and equipment reviews, golf news, guests, and lots of golf humor. When you need to drive for show,
Are you ready?
for Biggs Golf Talk.
I'm special.
Yes, you are, with a helmet.
So I got that going for me, which is nice.
It is showtime, baby. Here we go.
Biggs Golf Talk is presented by U.S. Golf Challenge with Tito's Handmade Vodka. You must be 21 years of age to enjoy a great Tito's beverage, and friends don't let friends drive drunk. Certainly at my wedding, Tito's was the preferred spirit at our wedding, and we never let anybody drive home drunk because we're friends, and friends don't let friends drive drunk. Neither does family. BGT also sponsored in part by ShotScope. Data is power. Must check out the new V3 watch, GPS watch, and G3 GPS watch from ShotScope. Encore Golf. Oh, the Vero X golf ball performing well on the golf course. Photo ball marker. McNally 22. Ready Put. Zalise CBD for golfers. Scorpion 21, feel the sting. Squares shoes, it's hip to wear squares. Golfknickers.com. You want to look like Payne Stewart on the golf course and look good? Look how a golfer should look by wearing golf knickers. Golfknickers.com. And UFO Tour Golf. Oh, check out the beautiful UFO Tour Folds of Honor bags and swag and accessories that they have at UFO Tour Golf. Connect with Biggs Golf Talk on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Golf Bald. Subscribe with us on YouTube and iTunes. We're available in the Google Play Music Store, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and all your Amazon devices. Our website is www.biggsgolftalk.net or .com. That's BIGGS, golftalk.net or .com. Bigg Jon Quick with you, along with the Golf Father, Bill Cuevas, and the Golf Diva, Amanda Robertson. Yes, you heard that right, ladies and gentlemen. Bigg Jon Quick with you. I got married last Saturday to my lovely bride, Shayna, and I'll tell you what. So taking the name of Quick is truly me trying to honor a great veteran, a man that has served our country mission after mission, a fighter pilot that is retired Colonel Fighter Pilot James Quick from the Air Force. He is the president of Folds of Honor New Mexico, and I actually married her daughter. We actually met through the Folds of Honor and fell in love, and we are now husband and wife. Good morning, Bill the Golf Father Cuevas. Good morning, the Golf Diva, Amanda Robertson, and you're talking to a newlywed.
Woo! Congrats.
Dead man walking.
There's the first shot out of the gate.
Shots fired!
Oh, man. The greatest thing about that day was we got to write our own vows. And, I really didn't know what I was going to do, and I really truly did my vows from my heart. We had several people on our virtual meeting room here on Zoom, and Bill the Godfather Quabus, you were a part of that Zoom, and
yes, sir.
You know, I was inspired by her book, and later on we're going to be talking with the gentleman from that book, and so I used her name, and I broke it down to what her name meant to me in my heart. And those were my vows to her. And, you know, at the end, I just promised to cherish her and love her, and you know, be the husband that she wants me to be. You know, and I'm excited. I'm excited about my new life. You know, and I'm trying to take steps along the way. As a matter of fact, I talked to you guys before we went on the air. I let our listenership know that I applied to appear on The Biggest Loser.
That's a huge step.
Woo-hoo.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's going to be good. I hope you get chosen.
I hope so, too. You know, and for me, it's not about the $250,000 that they're offering as the prize money at all. That would just be like a candle on the cake, you know, for me to blow out. But the most, and the what I want to get out of it is the tools that I can use to change my life and change the way I eat, change my lifestyle, get excited. Like, you know, Bill the Godfather Quabus, you get excited every morning to get out and get on that bike and ride 30 miles a day. You know, Amanda, you get excited, you get to the gym and you're lifting and you're you know, I don't have that motivation in the morning. Although I have the support system. That support system could support me all they want, but it's me and it's my, you know, my inner self that I don't get excited for that. You know, and I need to, and I want to.
Mm-hmm. It is. It's I guess it's more of a lifestyle, you know, and that's what you got. Once it becomes a lifestyle for you, man, it's what you have to do. It's what your mind is telling you to do. I mean, I actually enjoy beating myself up. I really do. It helps my mind. You know what I mean? It calms those demons that I have inside of there. And it just, especially in today's world with all this craziness that we have to deal with, that's just how I start my day is with writing. And I even do that PIO. I do PIO just to relax and stretch out. And that doesn't include the lifting that I do in the nighttime.
Right.
I go throughout the day just to break the craziness up.
Right.
So once you find out what works for you, you just got to get over that hump. It's like your body it's like a drug.
And I think it's a 6-week thing. I mean, if you make it all the way to the end, I think it's a whole 6-week thing that you're there. And I think I need that. I think I just need to be away from everything for 6 weeks.
They have a farm.
No social media.
Yeah.
No social media,
Absolutely.
no nothing for 6 weeks and concentrate on changing my life.
Oh, don't worry. We'll run your social media.
Yeah, we'll run it for you. Don't worry.
And you have no job when you come back.
Yes. It'll be the Bill and Amanda Golf Show.
Yeah, right.
You like how I put my name first.
Well, that, you know what, and that's the first thing that Shayna asked me. She goes, "What about the golf show?" I said, "You know what? I have no, you know, I trust Billy 100%." She goes, "Well,
we'll do what we have to do."
She's
man.
like, "If you want me to step in, I can step in too and give them updates." And I'm like, that's you know what?
Hear my opinion on that.
She's trying to do us just to say, "Hey, I'm here to support you, keep Bigg's Golf Talk going, and all that stuff." But I truly have a great team right now that would be doing that, and you know, so yeah,
we got your back.
Bigg Jon Quick actually now would be secluded someplace, but Bigg's Golf Talk would continue with Bill the Godfather Quabus and Amanda the Golf Diva Robertson. So, you know, I'm just excited, man. I hope I get chosen. You know,
so do I.
I do too.
You know,
it's going to be great.
I wrote a long essay, you know, during the application process and why I should be chosen. I had to submit a video, and it was a very emotional video. So, but one thing that's going to happen is if I do get chosen, you know, obviously nobody can hear from me until the episode's there. So,
well, and that's going to be pretty cool because you love to talk. So, yeah. You're good. We won't get to hear from you. You just get to be on your path. Maybe that's what you need.
I do need that. I do need that, really, because...
You know what I mean? To get away.
Right. And
they're going to teach you how to eat. I love the show and the concept behind it. So
I do too.
I think it'd be awesome for you to be able to do that and just
when you get to focus. So a lot of people don't get the opportunity, like obviously, if you go for the show, you are 100% focused on you and you're 100% focused on your journey without the distractions of family and friends and work and this and that. So if you are able to take the time away to do it, honestly, that's what you got to do.
Yeah.
And I think I'm in that perfect time right now in my life. I mean, with COVID and stuff like that, that's around, if they was to do the casting now, I have nothing going on except for BiGGs Golf Talk.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
you know what? Even if you did have something going on, it's worthwhile, dude. It's going to save your life. It's priceless, man.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing more valuable than saving yourself, and that's the first step. And I'm sure that's why you're emotional about it because, we've all struggled. We all have our battle. I have battles. Amanda has her battles with the way she wants to look. I have battles with the way I want to look.
For sure.
And it's just the way it is. But in the end,
something I hear you say all the time, Billy, is I got to get my mind right. And you go out and ride your bike.
Yes.
Me, I got to get my mind right. I'm here in the office or something like that. And I just want to ignore everybody. That's two different things. I need to change that mindset, and I need somebody to kick me in my ass, to help me change that pattern.
Once you get that kickstart, you're done. I'm telling you, once you get it, you'll be on that right path. Or you need a little spark that's going to propel you down that path.
I make this vow to my family, to my wife, to you guys. If I make this show, and I hope to God that I get a chance to send them this segment. If I make this show, I will fight so damn hard to keep that lifestyle.
And you know what? You're going to have two people kicking you in your ass to help you fight that lifestyle. Because you know how I am. I mean, I love you, man. I don't want you to go anywhere. And that's the biggest thing for me. You know that. I'm a big proponent of pushing you only because I want you to be around. You know what I mean? I know you make jokes. Oh, don't worry, Billy. If I die, you get BiGGs Golf Talk. Well, I want BiGGs Golf Talk that way.
Right.
You know what I mean? I hope
he's just going to steal it straight out from under you.
That's what I'd rather do. Yeah, I'd rather steal that thing. Why have you die for it? I'd rather just take it. What are you laughing about, Amanda? You're the one that told me you were going to help me. You're going to have that new movie, Blindsided Part 2.
Right.
Yeah. Exactly.
So now
we're excited. And,
definitely.
And for what it's worth, we just want you to be happy. And like you said, it's a new chapter, new marriage, new family. COVID's kind of a reset. So it's kind of a great time to just start a new journey and a new path. And I think that's the biggest thing. A lot of people feel like it's too late or it's a lost cause, but it is never too late to change your life. So,
and passing that 50 mark, I'm 53 now, just celebrated a birthday July 18th, and being 53, if I don't do it now, when do I do it?
Yeah, right. It is. It just gets harder. It does. And it doesn't make it impossible, but it definitely does get harder. And I read this article the other day. There's this lady that on Instagram, and she's 78. And she was overweight and out of shape, and she started getting into lifting and yoga and all of this stuff and lost a ton of weight. And she is fit, and she's 78, 79 years old. It took her about a year. And I'm telling you, this lady is such an inspiration, because for those of you that think, oh gosh, it's hard. If you think it's hard at, 30 or 40 or 50, try 78 and starting your life over. So it can be done.
It sure can. All right, we need to get on with the show here, but thank you, everyone. I have almost 300 people wishing me, congratulations on my marriage on Facebook, on social media, just on Facebook alone, almost 300. And I just want to thank everybody. And I'm, once this COVID situation, I talked about this before, once COVID is done, we're going to have the biggest celebration New Mexico has ever seen in this state. and we are going to invite a lot of people. So if you want to fly in for the celebration, we are going to send out invites once this thing in, and we determine a date and all that stuff. I know Amanda and Bill the Golffather Quabus is definitely going to be there, and many others. Rob West is going to be there. Denise and Robert Gomez is going to be there. They've told me they want to come and all that stuff. So Major Ed Polito is going to be there. So, and we're going to have a lot of fun. And, you know, I'm just looking forward to that time when we could say we could have large gatherings, and boom, we're going to book a venue and we are going to party. So, all right. Now,
I'm just looking forward to getting all three of us together again.
Yes.
I know, in the flesh.
I know.
Man. Looking forward to that.
Really quick, Billy has something on a sad note. A few weeks back, we reported about a PGA Tour player's daughter being sick, and, you know, he still went out and played, and, you know, I'm sure it was on his mind. Billy, we do have some news regarding Mr. Valet's daughter, don't we?
Yeah, Camilo's daughter, Mia, died just a couple of days ago. She was only 22 months old. They did the operation. I mean, everybody stepped up huge to help her when they found out the news several weeks ago.
As a matter of fact, Jack Nicklaus's wife stepped up and said,
yes.
Hey, I'm going to get you right into that hospital right away, and they did.
And they did. And they removed the tumors that they found. But unfortunately, they were like really aggressive tumors. They opened up, took them out. And, I mean, they did the next scan, and they were just everywhere. So it's unfortunate. So we wanted to give, you know, our condolences to the family and send out prayers to them.
God bless the Camilo Villegas and the family, and certainly our condolences and prayers go out to the family from Biggs Golf Talk, and I'm sure our big maniacs out there that follow the show, I'm sure you guys feel the same way. So it's a sad story, and sorry to hear that such a young life has been taken. You know, we're going to keep our prayers and, you know, our hopes up for that family. So more Biggs Golf Talk coming your way. Coming up next is On Par with Amanda. We have a great show. Oh, do we have a great show booked for you here on Biggs Golf Talk. So don't go anywhere. Coming up next, On Par with Amanda.
Hey, everyone. Biggs Golf Talk is now on iHeartRadio. Download the app for free or go to iHeart.com and search for Biggs Golf Talk. Be sure to save us as a favorite so that you'll know when we're on. Join the millions of iHeartRadio listeners and listen to Biggs Golf Talk. Golf Talk for golfers.
The United States Golf Challenge, sponsored by Tito's Handmade Vodka, is searching for the country's best two-player teams to compete against International Field in the 54-hole Ryder Cup style event, known as the International Kings Cup, played in honor of golf's greatest ambassador, Mr. Arnold Palmer.
The 6th annual edition of the International Kings Cup will be contested in May 2021 at the Glasson Golf Club in Ireland.
The road to the Kings Cup begins with a national qualifier. Two-player teams compete in an 18-hole qualifier playing best ball using net scoring. The top 30% and ties at each qualifier will be invited to the USGC National Championship. Winning teams at national qualifiers have a chance to receive a free $950 team entry into the event.
With an open and a senior division, each having 4 flights, teams of all skill levels will compete for a spot on Team USA. The winning team from each flight at the United States Golf Challenge National Championship will be crowned and win the expense-paid trip to the Glasson Golf Club in Athlone, Ireland, as part of Team USA.
Do you have what it takes? For more information, the website is usgolfchallenge.com for all the details. That's usgolfchallenge.com.
This is a commercial for golfers. Take the next step to improving your game with ShotScope and discover your strengths and weaknesses. Analyze statistics on your clubs, tee shots, approaches, short game, and putting. ShotScope V2 is the golf watch that combines GPS distances with automatic performance tracking. Once you have it, you won't want to play around without it. Check out ShotScope.com to take your game to the next level.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another beautiful Saturday here on Biggs Golf Talk. You are listening to On Par with Amanda. I have been having some guests on for the past few weeks. Makes it a little fun during this COVID issue we are having currently. So this week we're going to have Mr. Bill Cuevas again. I think there are a lot. Did you hear the little?
Yeah, I heard the little claps
Bras are being thrown.
Oh, yeah. Thank you very much.
Well, we are happy to have you back. This week, I wanted to talk about pet peeves. We all have them on the golf course. We all have. Yes. So as a new golfer, there are enough things going on on the written rules side that it's you've got to learn, you've got to figure out. So written rules. There are a lot of unwritten rules that attribute to etiquette and the pace of play and things that as a new golfer, you might not know, or you might be trying to learn and kind of get in the groove and the flow. With that said, a lot of low handicappers have big pet peeves with newbie golfers. One thing I have to say real fast before we dive in is, even the low handicappers don't always follow these rules. So it's not okay to judge. But two, we all started as newbie golfers that had to learn. So you have to remember that. We at one point were going, oh my gosh, how could there be that many rules in a rule book for one sport? So, be kind, be patient, and I get it. Some people might not understand the rules. And if that's the case, maybe we can offer some guidance and help if you get paired with them or you're playing with them without just being a jerk and telling them to hurry up.
Yeah, right.
So let's start. There's a list of pet peeves that were the top 5 pet peeves listed by low handicappers. Number 1, not letting others play through. So it says faster players should be able to play through. Far too many slow groups see fast players behind them and make all 3 mistakes. So they're saying they panic and rush, they get stressed out, and they get resentful of the group behind them. All 3 of these would be instantly alleviated by just letting the group go through. It's not embarrassing, it says, but rather praiseworthy. Bill?
You know what? We're the first group out every weekend. And we have one guy that if there's a twosome behind us, I'm always like, let him go through. We maintain a crazy pace of 2 hours 35, 2 hours 40 minutes for a foursome to get done. But if we have a twosome behind us, and I'm like, let him go. We have one guy, he starts panicking. Everything that you described, he suffers. And we're like, well, let him go through. But then he doesn't want to let him go through. Because they need to be patient. I was like, no, I shouldn't. There are 2 of them and there's 4 of us. And yeah, we're playing at a fast pace, but if you're going to panic and go crazy and feel rushed and use that as an excuse, let them go.
That's the biggest issue. I think, I play a lot. I go out with my boyfriend, Craig, and we'll go play. And if we're trying to just enjoy the day, we're still playing well inside of the good pace. We'll play in 3 hours, but I am not going to play in 2 to make you happy when that's ridiculous. So if there's a single, I'm all for. I would rather not stress out. Craig is like, I don't want to be stressed out. Let's just let him play through. And it takes one extra shot worth of time to let them. Even we go to the group or to the hole ahead, tee off and wait. And then the next guy or play a hole together and let him go through whatever.
That's exactly what I prefer. And that's what I would do.
That's so funny.
Most of the time we have to. We're just like, too bad, we're gonna let them go through. We usually try to do it on the next hole, or hopefully there's 3 really close by where we could just get out of the way. But to listen, there's people out there, and unfortunately, I don't even think he's been golfing longer than I have. So some people are just stubborn in that fact. I don't think it's just I think it's just the golfer. If that particular golfer. Those new golfers are going to learn from us.
Right.
So we set things they're going to learn to do in the future. And I think he was taught the wrong way that people got away.
I agree. I definitely agree. Number 2, stepping in my line. This is a touchy one because it says that it's not just that you're hurting your playing partner by making their next putt more difficult. you're also disregarding them. So you're so self-consumed in what you're doing that you basically say, I don't need to pay attention to where your ball is at. That's kind of, I guess they're saying, the stigma that you're giving off when you step in someone's line. But that's not always the case. If you're brand new to golf, while I do think that is one of the first rules you should know is the etiquette behind being on the green and playing. If someone doesn't know, I don't think there's any harm in vocalizing it in a way.
No, I think
I don't think that, hey, make sure you watch my line, next time, or hey, ooh, there's my mark. But it is hard.
I think it is hard if they don't know, but if you explain to them nicely the first time, hey, be courteous of my line. This is what it is, or why.
Sure.
A lot of the courses, depending on the shape of the course, I'm not one of those people. You know what I mean? I'm not that great that you stepping with your 110 pounds on my line is going to mess me up and have. I've seen people lose their mind.
I agree
because of it. You know what I mean? And I'm like, there's nothing there. You know what I mean?
Right.
Or even worse, after they've punched the greens and you can still see the sand on it, they're complaining because you stepped on their line. I'm like, you need to get a grip.
It's still bad.
Right. You know what I mean? So I understand it. I'm courteous of it. I'd rather, walk around them than even jump over the line.
You just need to be aware. Just be aware. And I think a lot of people in today's world are not aware of what's going on around them, and it drives me nuts. And
they need a quick start fix. They need to go online, especially now because we got a ton of new golfers. Our industry is one of the few where everything's booming. Everybody wants to get out there. Even the golf carts. You can't even find one, and if you do, they're outrageous. In demand, and the pricing is high because it's not enough. Everybody's joining, so a lot of these people don't know the rules. But if you're going to take somebody out, teach them. It takes 2 seconds.
It literally is not hard.
Nope.
Be courteous, folks. Number 3. So number 3 and 4 kind of go together. So number 3 is not being ready to hit. So it's saying that no shortage of annoying behavior on golf courses, but one serious bummer is when 2 people are playing in a cart and one sits and waits while the other is getting all of their stuff together, setting up for their shot. So they want you to kind of go get your yardage. Now, if you're in a cart, this makes it kind of difficult if you're far apart. But at the same time, you can somewhat be ready. You can at least have your mind mentally going, and you watch your buddy hit, you drive over, and you don't have to do 50 million things to get ready. You can just get out of the cart, put your glove on, and start.
Well, for us, what we do is based on who's playing. We try to pair the guys up. In the past, now everybody has their own cart, so the problem right now is totally different because of COVID. But when we did, whoever was in the same cart was comparable to their game.
Sure.
So try to do that the right way, so you would lessen the amount of time. And the best thing, they're always like, "Oh, dude, we play ready golf." So we understand that the fact that not everybody's always going to be next to each other and play cart golf, which would be the perfect. It's not. So what we would do is, if you get to your ball first, and now I got to get to you, you're ready. It doesn't matter that I'm 30 yards behind you or 2 feet. You're ready, hit the ball. And that's what we play. We play ready golf. It doesn't matter.
Ready golf. And,
you're 6 inches away. You go first. We don't do that.
No, and even at the tee boxes, I'm all for honoring a birdie or an eagle, or I'm all for it.
That's
but
what we do.
Other than that, it is ready golf.
Get up there and go. It doesn't matter who shot better the last hole.
Nope.
Get up. If you don't have a birdie
especially
or eagle, who cares?
If you're newer to the sport, you don't really understand how to make the honor system flow. Like the PGA and LPGA, they know how to make it flow timely. So that's something for sure. Now, this one I'm a little on the fence about. Delayed pre-shot routine, meaning the right thing to do, this article states, is, in my opinion, is to start thinking about your next shot well before it's your turn. I'd say this way you're ready to hit as soon as you're given the green light. They're wanting you to start your pre-shot routine before the other player's finished. I think that is the most idiotic thing.
I dare to say that I agree with you.
Like,
it has to.
I mean, I
yes,
would be,
and that's a nice way to put it.
I'm in the middle of my shot and I hear you swinging around and wrestling the grass. I'm going to turn around. I'm going to back off. It's going to be twice as long because I'm going to back off my shot and say, hey, do you want to go ahead? Because I'm not going to swing at the same time as you.
No, that's absolutely rude. I think that's the rudest thing. That's
ludicrous.
I mean,
I don't.
How do they even expect it? First off, I don't know where my line is. You know what I mean? I have to wait to where I'm going to tee up my ball. I need to know if my feet is below, because sometimes the tee boxes are crooked. Sometimes it might hit a draw. You're going to hit a slice. You got to figure out a lot of things. You can't figure out back there why the other guy or girl, whoever's golfing, is up there doing their pre-shot routine. I think it would be crazy to even think that I could start my routine before the other person's finished.
The article says, 30 seconds, shaving 30 seconds here and there really does add up. I just
say no.
I know. I think that is poor etiquette on the player. I think you need to wait till the shot is executed but be ready to go. That's fine. Pick your club if you want. But some people, that's a part of their pre-shot routine. I know for me, putting on my glove is part of my it's time to go. Granted, I do it very efficiently and quickly, but still. Okay, last thing. This one's kind of a quick one, but not picking up their ball. So if you're struggling, you're a new golfer, I would agree with this. If you are, it's okay that you're taking 8s and 9s on holes, but if there are people behind you, try to pick up your golf ball and not if they're standing there waiting. Like, you just need to be aware once again.
And I agree. And I do it too. Like even when we play on the weekends, if I'm having a bad hole, and I haven't made the green, and I know there's people behind me, and I'm going on my 4th shot, and it's a par 4, I'm picking it up. At that point, I don't care. I just want to worry about. I subconsciously, I guess, I don't worry about them because of pace of play.
Sure.
I don't make them wait because I decide I got to hit 12 shots. So And honestly, if I see one of my playing partners is doing it, because we have some guys that play with us,
you tell them
play everything, which I think is ludicrous. I'll pick up. I'll just pick up. I won't even care. I'll pick up just so the pace would go quicker because I don't ever want to be that guy that's like, oh, you see that group over there? They made us wait forever.
I agree. It just becomes, once again, folks, be aware, be courteous, pay attention to what's going on around you. It doesn't take much effort to be coherent. So with that said, Bill, thank you as always. We love having you on the segment. Everyone out there, make sure you're writing into Bigg's Golf Talk and listening every Saturday. We love having you here. I love you on Par with Amanda. And until next week, keep swinging for par.
Having a corporate or charity golf event? Backswing Golf Events can supply your tournament with personable, professional golfers to entertain and fundraise on the golf course. They can accommodate any size group, whether it be 3 players to 500. They are your team. From range lessons, Beat the Pro, and Pro-Am style roaming, they're making lasting memories one swing at a time. So make sure to check out backswinggolfevents.com or call us direct at 661-316-3093 and book your pros now.
In the folded flag, we see the heavy price of freedom. Nearly 9 out of 10 dependents of America's fallen and disabled soldiers do not qualify for federal scholarship assistance. The Folds of Honor closes that gap, already providing over 10,000 scholarships. Join us in this noble mission. Donate today at foldsofhonor.org. This is your call to duty.
Golf is a dirty game. It's time to clean it up with Ready Putt, the only putter cover with a built-in ball cleaner and magnetic surface. Clean balls roll accurately, meaning you make more putts. Sink more, swear less. Clean up your game with Ready Putt.
Welcome back to Bigg's Golf Talk right here on Native Family Radio, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and all your Amazon devices. Bigg Jon Quick, along with the golf diva Amanda Robertson and the golf father, the legend himself, Bill Cuevas, here on Bigg's Golf Talk. What a great segment that was by Amanda and the golf father, and her on par with Amanda and the pet peeves that you hear on the golf course. Hey, do you guys have a pet peeve on the golf course? Do you agree, disagree with one of the things on their list? Email us, info@biggsgolftalk.com, info@biggsgolftalk.com, BIGGS golftalk.com. Love to hear your pet peeve on the golf course. All right, guys, it's that time for a roundtable discussion. This roundtable discussion is sponsored by golfknickers.com. Look for golfknickers.com, and I'll tell you what, golf knickers, you can look just like Payne Stewart. And you know what? Payne Stewart set a fashion statement on the golf course. He really set that tone where golf was played back in the day in knickers. Now, you guys have seen me in golf knickers in the past, in a few years past, and I have worn golf knickers, and I'm kind of favorable for it, but I like to lose some weight so I don't look like such much of a Oompa Loompa, I guess you could say.
Tweedledee, Tweedledum,
yeah,
that kind of stuff.
You know,
yeah.
So I like to lose some weight before I get back into golf knickers, but you'll actually see me in golf knickers. I will be hosting in November hopefully hosting a Masters party if our governor here in New Mexico will be lifting the restrictions on large gatherings.
I thought we. What happened to
we? Yes, we, because you're coming.
We?
Yeah, we. Biggs Golf Talk. Biggs Golf Talk will be hosting this party, yes.
Is Amanda coming?
I hope so. I hope she'll be coming.
Hopefully I get an invite.
So it's going to be a Masters theme. So I believe Bill, the Golffather Cuevas, and myself, I don't know if we could get Amanda in some golf knickers. You know, they do have knickers for the female.
Oh, females, yes.
You know. How about some Augusta Colors, Master Colors golf knickers?
That would be cute.
That would be awesome. Yeah, we got to do that.
And then, this is going to happen in November. We're going to actually have some prizes to give away live in person. So if you're there live, you're going to win some prizes to take home and a lot of great goodies. It's going to be Masters theme with the pimento sandwiches, the chicken sandwiches, and Long Island iced teas and stuff like that. And not Long Island, but Arnold Palmer's, that they serve.
Yes, Arnold Palmer.
Yes, and so we're going to do all that.
I was
stuff.
like, whew. Long Island iced teas, nobody will make it to watch it.
Amanda, I don't know if you got to see, but this guy, Mike Romero, built a bar, and it's on my patio. And I got when he said, I'm going to build you a bar out of pallets, I was like, well, how big is this thing going to really be? And I was going to be satisfied with what, how small it might be. And he built this full-blown bar. I mean, it took a truck to move it here.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you got the pictures are on our social media.
I got to see it. It's a beautiful bar.
It's a beautiful bar. He did a fantastic job. Looks just like a real bar. And
it is a real bar. It doesn't look like a real bar. It is a real bar.
It is a real bar. But I want to thank Mike Romero for that, and Corey Bishop, and also Gary Bishop, who helped with the construction of that bar. Special thank you to Tito's Vodka, by the way. Tito's Vodka sending some swag our way, and a patio umbrella, and a bar lighted sign, LED sign, and it just looks fantastic, and it really makes the bar look like an official bar out on the patio. And a lot of compliments on everything that we did for the wedding and the bar, and we actually had a bartender. I actually hired this bartender to come back and work the Masters party that we're going to be having.
Yeah.
So we're going to have a real bartender, stocked alcohol. Obviously, Tito's Vodka will be the spirit of choice, and you must be 21 years of age to enjoy any kind of alcoholic beverage at this event that we're going to have and we're going to be hosting. So, but anyway, roundtable discussion, and I posted a story on Facebook about, once again, we're back at this again. Jon Rahm won a tournament last week and was penalized 2 strokes. So instead of having a 5-stroke lead, wound up winning by 3 strokes. Mm-hmm. Jon Rahm was very gentleman by accepting the penalty that was discovered. Yeah. However, how was it discovered? And that's where I have the problem with. Nobody, no officials, no opposing golfers, no caddies. It was one single camera that just happened to be focused on Jon Rahm's ball being in the rough.
Correct.
Jon Rahm set his club in the rough, and as he set, kind of, how sometimes we like to take the edge of the club and we'll, try and get a light, nice little indentation where we know the impact zone is going to be when we come in. Well, as Jon Rahm was kind of just pushing his club down, the ball moved. And then it was reported to the officials that Jon Rahm's ball had moved and then was penalized. In an interview, as a matter of fact, he was conducting an interview, and the person doing the interview had said to him, I think you've been penalized, and instead of 5-shot lead, you now have a 3-shot lead. And I want to talk about this again. I know we have beaten this dead horse in the past, but I'm getting sick and because not every golfer has a TV camera on them.
No,
and unless you do that,
and that's it's not fair.
It is not fair.
It can't be.
Every shot, every shot from every player would have to be in the same situation where it was close enough, because the cameras are on players, but never. I mean, it's rare that it's literally up that close to where you can see the logo on the ball.
Right.
Yeah.
And I just think that is ludicrous when you're, like you said, when it's not the same for everyone. Because maybe 3 other golfers did it in that round and had that happen. But
and no reason the camera was focused on him is because he was in the lead. What about the guys that aren't in the lead and now are in the lead? You can't. How do you? No, I think it's an unjust.
So
penalty.
let's just say that Jon Rahm loses that tournament by 1 stroke because of the penalty. Yeah. Did that camera follow the 2nd or 3rd place or even 5th place? Because tied for 5th place, you could jump up to 1st place and win that tournament, right?
Absolutely.
Was there a camera on every single one of those golfers on their shots? No.
I'm gonna say no.
Absolutely not. No, there wasn't.
So how can this be fair? I mean, how can you allow? We have moved in the right direction, and we need to move further in the right direction. We have moved in the right direction. We don't allow call-ins anymore.
No, we don't, and we shouldn't allow stuff that's not visible for the regular human eye to take effect like that. I don't think it's right, because you're calling into question, did he know it? Would he have called his own penalty? I don't think it's right. I don't think it's right.
Well, and that's not fair, because like you said, you're saying it gives him a kind of like a stigma or a stereotype that he wouldn't have called himself. But I guarantee that to the naked eye, that might not have been caught regardless of who you are. But it's like, it makes people think, oh, he was trying to get away with something. But he wasn't. I don't think too many people in that situation would have seen it happen. Even with the camera as up close as it was, I had to watch it twice.
Yeah, to see it move.
So can you imagine if you're, 5 feet from it?
And that's the thing. Why would they even consider that? They didn't have cameras back in the day when those rules were made. So why would we use it now?
It's a game of integrity, folks.
It is.
Can I also say, and I don't have a specific rule in front of me, and maybe I should have, but I will say the intention of the rule is improving your lie. Did that move to improve his lie? And I say no, it did not.
No, it didn't.
No, it didn't.
No, it didn't. It didn't improve.
Biggs, you said it right. When we are moving in a better direction, and unfortunately, it takes some time, and it takes some instances like this, and like the LPGA going through what it did, and there's certain things that eventually will morph and get better. But I mean, I've had someone with the call-ins. I've had someone call in from a balcony that was literally 65 yards away, 70 yards away, and said that I touched my golf ball moved when I was over in the trench. I hit the ball in the crap, and I was over in desert. And so I was going to punch out, but I was clearing it away, all the stuff. and get in, and someone had called. So like things like that really bother me, because my playing partners were like, no, you didn't, we're fine. And they're the ones playing with me. So it should be a group decision. And if the group didn't see it, the group didn't call it, that's what it is.
Yeah, and that includes the caddies too.
Better to do than look at it.
And a lot of times, especially with the lead group, you do already have an official going with you, because that official has to be a hand if you should have any questions, and that's typically with the group that is in first place, specifically for that reason. Nobody,
they don't wait.
Nobody, and it's like, this is my thing. You have a camera that is high definition, and it has been zoomed in, because the camera's not right on top of that shot. He is zoomed in from about 10 yards out.
And that's not fair. I don't think it's fair. I really don't. I think if you're going to use it, then you have to use it all the time. You just can't pick and choose when you use it. Oh, that was a great shot. Oh, bro, there goes a penalty. I don't think it's fair. If it's not to the guy, and other people are watching it, his caddy's watching, he's watching it, I think you leave it alone.
Mm-hmm.
No,
I agree.
It shouldn't count. If you watch it because we're zooming in on a camera, then no. Unless you're using it for everybody, no, absolutely not.
And especially if you have to zoom in on it. They could have taken it to an extensive level where you could have had a professional in a truck, so maybe that shot was taken at a regular angle, and then you have a professional in a truck saying, okay, we're going to lift up that lever because they can do that from the truck, lift up that lever, we're going to zoom in on a shot from the truck.
Yeah.
And that's wrong. That's not fair.
No, I don't think it's fair. Unless you're
doing I don't either.
I think we need consistency, not just when it suits us. It's not fair.
All right, I'm gonna start off. I want to start, because I always believe when I bitch about something, I want a solution to it. So I'm going to start off when because I am complaining about something here, so I want to come up with a solution. If you want to use TV cameras, you must have a TV camera for every golfer. Let's just say, all right, if you have a golfer within 6 shots, because 6 shots is easy to make up. Golfers within 6 shots should have a TV camera on them at all times, whether it's a live shot or whether it's a recorded shot, if you want to enforce a camera shot as a penalty. That is my solution. That is one of my solutions. I have many, but that's one of my solutions because I want to give my partners their opportunity. And I'll turn to the golf diva, Amanda Robertson.
And I like that solution. I think if it's going to be on one person, it has to be on all. And that might be enough of a hassle to just eliminate the whole situation and say, hey, we're not going to call anything that's seen on camera if the group didn't see it or an official didn't see it. And I get it. I get it that it's a very gray area, because how do you just ignore something the camera caught? So I do understand that. So like you said, implementing more cameramen to focus on, but who's the one to make the decision on where to draw that line? 7 shots, 6 shots. What if the 7 shot behind guy went on a birdie terror with an eagle and in 4 holes was caught up? We've seen crazier things happen. So I don't know that's gonna, I don't know. You literally have to have a cameraman on every single person in the field if you're going to allow it.
Bill, the Godfather Cuevas.
My solution is cut it out. Stop doing it. Don't call it on anybody. It's going to cost too much money, too much time, unnecessary waste. You're going to be calling penalties after the fact. It shouldn't happen. Leave it alone. This game is integrity based. If somebody's doing it, he didn't argue with. He accepted it. He hit a beautiful shot out of it. I don't care if that ball moved allegedly a half an inch. He hit a heck of a shot to drain that. I don't care. No, leave it alone. It's not broken. The only thing that's broken is you guys playing with those cameras. Think, oh my God, it moves. Leave it alone.
Right.
No, that's not how this game was built. It's built on integrity. Leave it that way.
Yeah.
Leave it. Sure he knew that he did it and he messed up on purpose. He would have done it to himself. So,
Right,
so here's
he
the
took it with a grain of
he
salt.
did. He really did. He was very much of a gentleman about it.
Yeah.
So here's my thought about it. Would this have been an issue if that shot wasn't so good? If he would have bladed or scalded that shot, would this been an issue?
Oh, even worse, can you imagine if he didn't hold that shot and he ends up losing the tournament because of it?
That's what I'm saying.
It's terrible.
You're putting, I don't know. It just goes back to the simple fact you can't do something for one. We've said that. That's the whole rule of golf. Like, it has to be an even playing field. So if, perfect example. If Mike Brown of the Cactus Tour accidentally sets the tee markers in the wrong spot, they have to be there for the rest of the day for everybody to play from. You don't get to say, well, they were supposed to be here, so the first group, they have to stay there, and he has to change the yardage. Or if there is Arizona, the last Cactus Tour I played in, water, he made an announcement. He was like, oh, I'm going to make it lift clean in place because there's a lot of water out there going on, and they were having some irrigation issues. Well, he forgot to announce it on the first group. So when I got up to my tee time, he was like, I said, what about lift clean in place? And he said, I totally forgot to announce it to the first group. And that, had been 45 minutes. And he said, we can't do it now. It has to be even and equal. You can't just do it for some. So,
and that was the right thing to do. Unfortunate as it might be, it
sucks, but right.
It was the right thing to do.
I like Bill the Godfather's Cuevas solution better than out of all three of us. Stop it. Just stop it. If it can't be seen by the naked eye or somebody else doesn't notice it, sorry. Okay. Now we have some great news because Bill and I have been ranting and raving about some shoes that we wear on the golf course, and that is Squares shoes. As you guys know, of previous news reported here on Bigg's Golf Talk, Sir Nick Faldo is a part of Squares, is on Team Squares. Well, for the first time ever, and I'll tell you what, in the short time Squares has been around, because they have been around in just about what are we at?
Yeah.
August, so 8 months.
It's January.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 8 months, Squares shoes has been around, and we now have witnessed and seen on the PGA Tour a PGA Tour player wearing Squares shoes, and I think Bill the Godfather Cuevas has the name of that player. I've seen in the video. I don't have the name of the player, but Bill, I know you have it in front of you because you text me privately about the player, and actually the PGA Tour has a video of this player wearing Squares shoes.
Absolutely. His name is Sepp Straka. That's his name, Sepp Straka. I was so proud to see that video when he was squared up on there and he hit his shot. He did really well this weekend on the tour, and to see the shoes getting noticed out there, I mean, you cannot notice those shoes. He's a big guy. He's like 3'6'4", and watching him, play with those shoes, I was like, yay! I'm seeing big things are coming for these shoes. We called it in the very beginning, and to see, and he's not even part of the posse yet.
Yeah,
he's not part of it. But who knows? Maybe he will be now, because everybody in America that was watching that at that particular round knows that he's wearing Square shoes.
As a matter of fact, when I was watching the 3M, I texted Bill. I'm like, dude, I think I have to rewind this because I am seeing this player. They're showing this player putting, and it looks like he's got Square shoes on. And he goes, Biggs, he does.
It was perfect. It was a surprise, and that's what I'm saying. We can't get a hold of nobody, but he's not part of the posse right now.
Right now. There's the only staff member they have is Sir Nick Faldo that is on Team Squares.
You know what I mean?
But certainly, we've talked to Robert off the air, and Robert has reached out to this golfer and everything else, and I think they might sign him, and hopefully at least approach him about becoming a part of Team Squares, and see what his feedback is on the shoes. This golfer, wore these shoes on his own, and when because I texted Robert, And he's like, "No, I didn't have any idea about this guy wearing them at in a 3M tournament."
He couldn't confirm for us.
Right.
There was nothing to confirm.
Right.
So I think it's perfect because we wanted to see if he was part of the stable, and he wasn't.
Yeah.
So that even adds more validity to everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
He's not part of anything. And for somebody to just rock the shoes and play during an actual tournament.
Now, Amanda, we've been assured that he's going to be coming out the women's, line.
Yes.
Obviously, COVID has really just halted, production and and all that stuff. But we are been assured that the female version of these square shoes will be released. They just don't have a date yet on.
If they make a
launch.
men's size 6, I'll take them.
But I don't. You might need a size 5 because they run on the thing. I went down.
If you have a narrow foot, it's good to go down a size.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So
I don't
typically wear like a 6 in men's or boys or whatever you want to, whatever a 6 is. But so yeah, like if you've got like a 5, 5.5,
we know somebody.
We know somebody.
What he has.
We might know one person. Not that important, but we know one person.
Yeah. But we love him though, so we love him a lot. So even though he says that we don't love him, we do love him. But we'll definitely.
As a matter of fact, next week, Bill the Golffather Cuevas and I will be in New Hampshire visiting Square's headquarters.
Yeah, 2 weeks. I think it's 2 weeks.
Is it 2 weeks?
Yeah, 2 weeks.
Yes.
Yeah, in 2 weeks we'll be up there. Yeah, in
There
2
you
weeks we'll be up there visiting with the man. But I want to see Amanda with the women's shoes.
Yes.
obviously.
I know what the dude's shoes look like. I'm interested to find out how these women's shoes look. That's what I want.
All right, well, Square Shoes making its debut on the PGA Tour. It's exciting news, and you too can be hip to wear Squares. You can check out Squares on our website at biggsgolftalk.net or biggsgolftalk.com. More Biggs Golf Talk coming your way as we head into hour number 2. We'll be right back right after this.
Hey everyone, Biggs Golf Talk is now on iHeartRadio. Download the app for free or go to iHeart.com and search for Biggs Golf Talk. Be sure to save us as a favorite so that you'll know when we're on. Join the millions of iHeartRadio listeners and listen to Biggs Golf Talk. Golf Talk for golfers.
A golf ball that performs for you. The Encore Avant 55, hot off the tee, a formulated core that delivers more energy and utilizes soft cell technology to achieve ultra-low 55 compression. This blend of innovation and simplicity provides more distance and greater feel. The Caliber, maximum accuracy. A patent hollowed metal core creates significant rifle spin while reducing side spin, allowing the ball to travel along a straighter trajectory. The Encore Elixir Tour Ball, hot list winner. The premium cast urethane cover delivers a soft and pure feel off the club face and gives the Elixir ultimate greenside control, durability, and unmatched putting performance. Be sure to check out their combo packages and sign up for the loyalty program. Gift cards are also available. For more information, their website is www.encoregolf.com. And be more with Encore.
Golf Dots is a unique, high-resolution ink transfer to personalize your golf game. Golf balls, golf shoes, clubs, Golf Dots can personalize it for you. Golf Dots conforms to USGA rules and doesn't alter the trajectory of your golf ball. Tour proven on all major tours, Golf Dots is designed and made in America. Many styles to choose from that will fit every golfer's personality. New styles are being released on a regular basis. To order your Golf Dots, visit www.golfdots.com and enter promo code BiggJon15. That's Bigg Jon, BiGGJON 15 for a discount on your Golf Dots. Golf Dots is available in many golf shops, such as the PGA Tour Superstore. The website for Golf Dots is www.golfdots.com. That is golf.dots.com or call 847-829-4238. Personalize your golf game today with Golf Dots.
This is Biggs Golf Talk with Bigg Jon Vick and Bill the Golffather Cuevas.
Welcome back to Biggs Golf Talk right here on Native Family Radio, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and your Amazon devices. Bigg Jon Quick with you here on Biggs Golf Talk. Yes, you heard that right. Bigg Jon Quick. If you didn't hear earlier in the opening of the show, I got married last Saturday, and I took her name in marriage. So, I figured the first show of August, Bill the Golffather Cuevas, I might as well start the show off and start my lifelong journey with Shayna off right and make sure we say Bigg Jon Quick here on Bigg's Golf Talk.
I've been calling you Quick for a long time. You know that. So, yeah. But I just want the audience to know that I have official documentation that I was adopted before he became a Quick. So I am Billy Quick. We didn't touch on that. So I am officially Billy Quick, and you are John Quick, but I came first. I just want you to know. That's all.
Bill, you and I are a part of a brotherhood, men's ministry called In His Grip Golf. And we've had Scott Lehman on the show many, many times talking about the ministry, talking about what he's doing for golf and bringing men together for worship. And, whenever I get a chance, I sit on, a webinar every single Wednesday. I know you're there every Wednesday. And a bunch of great men in that webinar, and I have really grown and known some great people in that webinar, including our next guest. And then at some point, we're going to try and get everybody from In His Grip on his show. But we wanted to get Bruce Pulver on the show. Bruce had sent me a book, and this book is just a phenomenal, phenomenal book, and I take it even when I travel, just to read a few pages, on my journeys and things like that, and very inspirational as well. Above the Chatter, Our Words Matter by Bruce Pulver, and he's joining us right now on the Zoom line here, and this segment is sponsored by Scorpion 21. Feel the sting with Scorpion 21, and you can get your very own apparel from Scorpion 21 at scorpion21.com. Bill the Golffather Cuevas, you also have a copy of this book, Above the Chatter, Our Words Matter. And, just reading the title, and especially what we're going through in today's life right now with the COVID situation, with, everything with the protests and things like that, with, Black Lives Matter and stuff like that. Our words do matter. And
they do.
I think this book has come out at the right time, where I think every single American, no matter color, religion, race, could really benefit from reading this book.
And the thing is that I've seen people benefit from the book. I mean, I've benefited from the book. More importantly, I've been growing with it. And, I've been blessed that I got to come in contact with Bruce, and his influence is like super overflowing. I mean, I've met some great people online because of him. But this has had the biggest impact. And I even shared with him before, in the beginning, everything that I did using his guidance, I was using it in the negative aspect. And now I'm learning to turn it more into a positive aspect. And I want to say, I did notice during your vows, you used the word Shayna, which is your wife's name. And you did I don't know if you did it on purpose or whatever, but you used Shayna and you used every letter, and then you broke it into a word. And I didn't know if that was Bruce's influence,
it was.
But even knowing it, you know what I mean? So I was listening, and that was the first thing that popped in my head. I'm like, wow, this dude's doing his vows. And Bruce had that influence already when you broke it down. And I was like, wow, you see what a little, just an hour, getting to know somebody online during a webinar and sharing with brothers, the big influence that'll have in our lives that'll continue, because it continues to go every day in my life. So when I heard you do that, I mean, it just like filled my heart with joy listening to that. So it's awesome.
It was a huge influence. Reading his book, I've applied so much of it to my life itself.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure Bruce realizes the impact that he does have on people. But let's bring him in. Bruce Pulver is a seasoned sales executive, earned multiple sales excellence awards, and driven over $100 million in new sales during his career. His best-selling book, Above the Chatter, Our Words Matter, Powerful Words That Changed My Life Forever, is the foundation of his captivating keynote address and innovative word shop programs. His activating message delivers an immediate and lasting impact on the lives he touches, and he certainly has touched the two individuals that host this radio show, their lives. Bruce Pulver, welcome to Bigg's Golf Talk.
Well, John and Bill, thank you so much for having me. And yeah, you've made my knees buckle here. I appreciate the kind words and the influence that the message has. It was a divine gift to me to be able to write this book. We can talk a little bit about the story, but hearing that feedback is so validating that we're on the right path to helping people think about the words they choose, not just to speak out loud, but also to speak to themselves that can really drive their impact, drive their results, and drive their outcomes.
You know, for weeks and weeks, you know, ever since you sent me the book, and thank you again for the book, it has impacted me, and I really put it to my life. And when I was thinking about my vows, and you know, and I never wrote them down, it all came from my heart at that moment. And one thing that stood out was words matter, and I really wanted to break down what her name meant to me in my heart, and I was able to do that. You know, and that
I was impressed. I was impressed. I was like, "What?" Because I didn't expect that.
Right.
Really
you had no idea what I was going to even say. So I mean, yeah, it's and you know, and Billy, unfortunately, you know, he's my best man, my brother, and he was supposed to be here, and you know, COVID prevented that. But he'll definitely be here for the big celebration, and we'll be toasting at that time as well. Bruce, let's back up a little bit here. In his grip golf, we talked about the ministry. We talked about men and brothers getting together. I mean, people from all over the world, including Puerto Rico, and just all over. Scott has put together this ministry and continued this for many, many years. What brought you to In His Grip?
Yeah, so I was introduced by Scott by a dear golf professional friend of mine who's in Nashville, Tennessee, named James Pascal. And I first met James when I was in my mid-20s. He's the first person who put a golf club in my hand, I'll say the correct way. And we've been friends and brothers and kind of walk in faith together for years. And I shared my book with James. James actually helped me with the book and gave me a quote for the book. But we had lunch, and James wanted me to have lunch with Scott, just so that we could understand what Scott's doing, and Scott could kind of understand kind of what my mission was as well. And we immediately had just this bond of, you know, it's sometimes very difficult for men to get together and really have a conversation deeper than you know, the score of the football game, or, you know, your score of your golf round last week, or, you know, the deal you closed. And I was really searching for that, because that's a really important part of my life, the ability to really, you know, share, learn, and get closer to the Lord.
You know, I love it. I mean, I've been to several of them. Unfortunately, my golf league also falls on the same day. In my travels with umpiring as well. As a matter of fact, I had to cancel my Wednesday golf because I got to get on the road and head to Oklahoma. But Billy, I tell you what Scott Lehman has done for men across the world, just not, you know, locally, just not in Tennessee, not just in the United States, but he's done this worldwide, and it's just phenomenal. Yeah. I mean, to hear the familiar stories such as Bruce's story and everything else on how he came with In His Grip Golf is, you know, something we've heard before.
No, we have Patrick out in another country that he's spreading the word out there. And you know, even Julio out in Puerto Rico, what he's doing. I mean, he took In His Grip, and then he took Bruce's influence and ran with it and started something really great out in Puerto Rico that he's doing every morning with his brothers out there. And the thing is, we've also influenced women. We have women that are starting groups. Well, why most of them would want to be part of our group, it's something that I think it would hinder at this point, because men are men. And we know when you put certain women in perspective into the group, men are going to shut down, or they want to say the right thing instead of the wrong thing, which is actually the right thing, if that makes sense. But, you know, we've discussed it. It has nothing to do with it. But I think the impact that we're having and that they're having, their influences together, what they've done with us. We started talking about God on our show. We didn't care. In the beginning, we had to be politically correct. and didn't want to, alienate anybody. But it got to a point where we said, you know what? We love God. We're going to embrace God, and we're going to make him part of our show. And I think it's the best thing that we've ever done is embrace the fact that, you know what, we love him. We want him in our lives, and we're sharing him with our listeners. They have the option. They could either listen or they can't. I mean, that's the route that we've taken.
So in the beginning of the Biggs Golf Talk in the first few couple of years, Bruce, I've had station management of certain radio stations would tell me I can't talk about religion on the air because it might offend another religion and all that stuff. I'm very happy to say, I'm very fortunate to say that iHeartRadio, Spotify, nor Native Family Radio has told me that I could not talk about religion. And, ever since we were able to bring it forward and talk about In His Grip Golf the first time Scott Lehman was on, it's been more welcoming than the opposite. And I'm just happy to, to feel that, to say that, and to say that I can actually talk about my belief and my faith here on the radio and hopefully inspire other golfers out there with our words and what we talk about here on Biggs Golf Talk. The book, Above the Chatter, Our Words Matter. What inspired you on the book?
Well, it's really, if you have a couple minutes, I'll go backstory and I'll say what absolutely fired this book off. So a lot of folks don't know this, but the day that I was born, back in the early 60s, my mother suffered a medical trauma, which was called a dissecting aortic aneurysm during labor. The layman's terms of that is the blood flows out of our heart through our veins and arteries, and we have actually three walls in between the blood and the outside wall. Well, a aneurysm is when one of those walls tears, and the blood starts bleeding in between the inner wall and the outer wall. It's kind of like a bicycle inner tube and a bicycle tire. And the blood, when it blows like that with an aneurysm, it blows between the inner and outer wall of the tire and inner tube. Well, up until that time, the longest survivor of a dissecting aortic aneurysm during labor was 72 hours. My mother fought for 60 days, 4 surgeries, and lived until I was 22 years old. Wow. So every morning when she woke up, she was grateful to be alive, positive, and had just an energy and a zest for life. That's what I was raised in. My father, who was the silent patient in this whole trauma, loved words, loved crossword puzzles. He wrote plays for our church. And I was just raised in that world. I didn't know anything different than that type of upbringing, right? Not everyone has that kind of background, that kind of support, that kind of mechanism by which life was a joy every day. And I realized that, but I didn't realize it until fast forward about 8 or 9 years ago, after 25 years with a large corporation as a client executive. You told a little bit about my sales background. I had just renewed a large contract for 3 years, and the company eliminated my position virtually the week after I renewed that deal. So I was out of a job, raising kids. Really the first time I'd been what I call hit with a bam moment, where everything before that was fine. Then bam, my day blew up, my life blew up. The next morning, I woke up with one word pounding in my head, and that word was the word strong. I looked at it, I wrote it vertically, and then I picked a letter. Each letter, I picked a word for that letter. Stand tall, remain optimistic, now go for it. It was STRONG. Well, John, that process continued 420 consecutive days, and it was a journal. Through some strong encouragement, some friends, some publishing companies that I met, they basically said, we're going to make this, we need to make this into a book because you're proving how important our words are simply by writing them down, the definition of the word by the letters that produce the word, and then using those to launch my day, to launch something encouraging, to tackle a new project, whatever that is. That's how I learned about the power of my mother's positivity and my father's love for words. It just formulated through what I will call a divine download for over a year, writing something every day.
Wow.
That's
that is,
yeah.
Holy cow.
How do you, yeah. Wow.
That is heavy.
I can get it, but I'm like lost for words when you put it all together. It's Yeah. Yeah. I think for the first time, I'm kind of lost for words on stumbling. But I mean, she has to be looking down at you proud that you can combine two. And what was, the thing that's popping in my mind, somebody else that you introduced us to was Brian Hess. And this week that's going along, his whole thing has been about family and the cores and the stuff that's been going on and the impact that the family has had on how we're raising our children, where we're going with our life. And I listened to his show from Monday, and I was like, it was spot on for me. And I was one of those people that he talked about that took the direct opposite route of what people, what my parents did. You, on the other hand, have combined your two parents, and you still got your independence, but you have created a whole new thing, you know what I mean? And to me, it's a blessing because what you've taken from both your parents, you share with us, you share with BiGGs, you share with Julio, you're sharing with Puerto Rico, you're sharing everywhere. And the impact that you have, you don't even realize. You don't know what it is. I mean, I can literally spend hours just breaking down words, looking for positive things to say. And I don't stop at one. I just keep going. I'll take the same word and just write it in different sort of aspects of what it is, on how I can touch myself, how I can touch my friends, how I can touch my kids. I just break it down to different ways, how I can take that same word and make it mean so many different positive things. The negative aspects, in the beginning, I was honest. They were mine. And I owned them. I would literally take it and I would read it after the fact, and it was negative, negative, negative. Now it's gotten to the point where it's positive, 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 and I'm just keep going with the positive.
Yeah, well, it was definitely a gift. I will tell you that. And, you're talking about words, looking at them two different ways. Mm-hmm. I was fortunate last February to be able to do a TED Talk. And on that TED Talk, I used this one specific word. And we're all going through this. So maybe your listeners, this can kind of help. We're all going through change. Some sort of change or another. Obviously, it's all in front of us right now. But even before, the pandemic, we're all dealing with some sort of things in our life. And our attitude about change can take us either to a positive direction or an opposite direction, a negative direction. So I wrote the word change twice. And Bill, you're talking about using the words a couple of times. Mm-hmm. So if you look at change in a negative way and you write down CHANGE vertically, it can mean can't handle another negative, gut-wrenching experience. So if you face change as going, oh no, not again, why me, not another one, why can't I catch a break, you will go in that direction. You are programmed to go in that direction. However, if you look at change a different way, CHANGE, and say, circumstances have altered, now get engaged. What does that mean? That doesn't mean it's going to be easier, but it means you're setting yourself on a path to move in a direction to address and attack and deal with the change in a different way.
Absolutely agree. It is.
Wow.
It's all in the work.
Yeah,
it really does. I mean, you've posted all kinds of things, and you continue. And I don't know if we have enough time, but we're definitely going to have you on again because there's a lot more information that you can share with our listeners that I want to share with them, that I want them to know. You come up with different words. You've posted stuff where if you read it from top to bottom is one way, you read that same thing going from bottom to top, it's complete opposite of what it is. So I think you have so much more to share about you. And 20 minutes, unfortunately, is not enough time. I think we might have to have a whole show. Or next time we'll have to have him at the end so we can go into extra
holes. Yeah,
we can go in extra holes. Then we can go free and not have to worry about time limits for the show. But I want to thank you. More importantly, you have no idea how you've affected me personally, and watching other people. I don't think you look at it quite the same way as I would. You know what I mean? Like Scott's always preaching. I don't want to take credit. It's God doing it. But you know what? God put Scott in our path.
Yes.
And in return, he put you in my path, and the impact that we're having on other people's lives. by just changing our attitude just a little bit and looking at the positivity. You know what? I woke up this morning. Other people weren't blessed enough to wake up this morning. They can't attack today. Yeah, we're going to hit roadblocks, but you know what? We're going to beat those roadblocks. And tomorrow's another day. We just got to keep living in a positive way.
Hey, Bruce,
Absolutely.
Before we let you go, there's some information that I think the listeners could use. First off, you are an inspirational speaker, so you can be booked for events and stuff like that for you to speak at events. Let's give that information out. How can people connect with you, and how can people get the book?
Absolutely. So the best way to connect with me is the website is the name of the book, Above the Chatter, OurWordsMatter.com. So you can purchase the book there. You can also just connect me and we can chat about booking. Every book that is purchased on my website, I will personally sign. So I'll follow up with the folks who want to buy some for their company, for their sales team, whomever, they're available. Also, every time a book is purchased, I donate a book to an organization that's helping others. So Above the Chatter, OurWordsMatter.com. Also on Facebook, Above the Chatter, Bruce Pulver. Instagram, same place. And that's probably the best way to reach me.
There you go. Billy, this is such a great segment that we have here. And I just want to thank Bruce Pulver for taking time out of his busy schedule for joining us today here on BiGGs Golf Talk. Bruce, thank you so much, and God bless you, brother.
Thank you. Appreciate the opportunity.
More BiGGs Golf Talk coming your way right after this.
Still using an old golf GPS watch? It's time to upgrade to ShotScope. ShotScope isn't just a golf watch, it's a fully automated golf performance tracking system on your wrist. ShotScope gives you access to over 100 tour-level statistics, get putting analysis, short game breakdown, even find out how far you're booming your driver. All data is captured automatically by the groundbreaking ShotScope golf performance tracking system. ShotScope, the ultimate golf watch. Find out more at shotscope.com.
You'll hit it squarer, sweeter, straighter, and longer. I love the look of them, and with the extra width, they're the most comfortable golf shoes I've ever worn. They're called squares, and once you've played a round in them, you won't want to play another round in anything else. These completely new performance golf shoes will improve your stability and balance, and it's been proven in science. Balance equals power. There you go. To feel good and play my best, I wear squares. Now you can wear them too. Just go to getsquares.com to find out more. That's getsquares.com.
Go for warmth. Go for beauty. Go for a show. Go for flavor. Go for perspective. Go for love. Go for tranquility. Go for thrills. Go for color. Go for good. Go for Puerto Rico. Go now.
For more information, the website is discoverpuertorico.com.
Golf Talk for golfers on BiGGs Golf Talk. Back to Bill the Golf Father Cuevas and Bigg Jon Vick.
This segment is sponsored by Squares Shoes. It's hip to wear squares. You want to knock shots off your game and hit the ball straighter and farther? Squares Shoes is the answer to keep you aligned with your golf game. Squares Shoes. If Sir Nick Faldo says Squares Shoes is the best footwear he's ever worn, I guarantee you it's the best footwear you will ever wear, and also better for your game. Squares Shoes. It's hip to wear squares. Squares.com is the website. SQAIRZ.com. Bigg Jon Quick, along with the Golf Father, Bill Cuevas. God, that sounds so good, Billy.
It does.
Sounds so good, and it flows. You know, I thought Bigg Jon Vick was kind of really cool. Bigg Jon Quick is even cooler.
Yeah, and the thing is that it's messing with people's heads because they probably thought that you wrote it the wrong way. But they don't realize that you were blessed to become quick.
Yes.
They were on board, and I think that was the hardest thing for me was keeping that secret for months because I mean, I knew that you were going to change your name. Nobody else did, but I think that was something that's an even bigger blessing for you. You know what I mean? It was something that, you know, you really truly wanted. You wanted to disconnect from everything else. And now you finally have a name besides those other 5 names that I called.
Well, not only that, Billy, but, yes, that's a part of it. But the second part of that, too, was honoring a man that has fought for our country in many, many missions, right? Has a daughter, who has that same belief, that same mission to help families and military families all over this country, right? The Quicks, right? The president of the Folds of Honor in New Mexico and the daughter of the president of New Mexico chapter for Folds of Honor. I wanted to carry that mission. I wanted to honor a man that served this country on many missions to defend our freedom.
Yep. And he deserves it. He deserves it just like you do. And that's the irony behind it. You both deserve it. He deserves the honor, and you're going to wear that honor really well, bro. And I know he's just as happy that you decided to do that as, you doing it for him. And like I said, it's been a blessing for me to be in the background witnessing the whole thing as it grew. And I'm going to say it again. One of us got adopted first. So therefore, I've had
you said that last segment too, yeah.
And I'm going to keep repeating it. So when people ask, Quick, I was like, yeah, I was the first one. I was Billy Quick, and now he's John Quick. So yes, I got adopted first, and that's all that I'm going to remember. So yeah, thank you.
So last week in our BiGGs product of the week, we talked about a product, and I had to reach out to the CEO and founder of Caddy Daddy Golf to say, I need you to come on the show next week. Here he is on the show with us this week because I gave rave reviews of the Caddy Daddy Claw Glove, this breathable golf glove with superior grip and remarkable durability. And this golf glove, ladies and gentlemen, if you didn't listen to the podcast last week, man, oh man, are you in for a treat, because if you're looking for a golf glove in your bag, on top of my review, I got to play around the golf last weekend and got stuck in a monsoon, and that golf glove, until they pulled us off the course on the 6th hole, but that golf glove held up, and I was still, while the rain was falling in my hand, still, as a matter of fact, I'm going to go right after this show. I'm ordering a left for my lefty, because you guys know I'm a lefty golfer, so I have to wear a glove on my right hand for lefty golfer. I'm going on to order a right-handed glove for those times that it starts raining. I'm going to have a two-glove gainy, so I can really grasp onto that golf club. But I'll tell you what, man. This golf glove, flex mesh design, provides excellent ventilation. Yes. Exclusive silicone web coating provides maximum flexibility and grip. Yes. Mesh fabric boosts airflow and breathability. Yes. Looks new longer than leather. I haven't had it that long, so I have not put that to the test. But I trust it, because everything else is just right on point. Palm will not crack, harden, or tear. I'll tell you what, after 3 rounds of golf, Billy, you can't even tell that I've used a glove.
No. And the best part is, when you can tell, guess what you get to do?
Put it in the washing machine. Yes. Remarkable comfort and performance. Absolutely.
Yeah, but you keep talking. I want to get the guy on. I don't want to talk to you no more. I talk to you all the time. I want to get the guy on so we can actually talk to him, so he could be part of the conversation. So can we introduce him, and then you can keep bragging, because you won't shut up for some reason today.
Well, being a married man, it happens that way, because I can never talk in the house anymore.
Exactly. And that's only after the first week. So let's go.
Let's introduce the man behind the Caddy Daddy Claw Glove. Mr. Rod Dunlap is joining us here on BiGGs Golf Talk on the Zoom line. And Rod, welcome into BiGGs Golf Talk, my friend.
Thanks for having me on, guys. Really appreciate it.
For one thing, can I buy shares into the Caddy Daddy Claw Glove?
Unfortunately, no. We're not doing the whole Shark Tank thing. We've been around long enough to not want to give away any of the company.
And you know how I want to, Biggs, I got to say this real quick, because I'm probably going to forget, and no pun intended, because now every time I say quick, we're going to have to say drink, because that's your last name now. But we were talking before off air. I had brought up a point that I had done research on the club before we agreed to have them on and test the product and stuff like that. And I saw the price point, and I told you, I was like, okay, it's comparable to other ones. But after trying it out and understanding, the price point is actually a super value point. And that's what I want to bring up, because at the cost of one normal glove, you're getting 3 to 5 times the amount. So if you stretch that out, you're paying a lot cheaper for that one glove. If you break it out into the fact that it lasts as long as it does, and you can keep washing it. I've had nothing but, I love it. I use it again, this past weekend on Sunday and Saturday and Sunday. And I haven't, it has not, loosened. It hasn't changed. The grip is identical. And I did a test last Sunday because just because I wanted to. I put on my leather glove that I have. I won't mention any brand names. I put on my leather glove like I normally do. And when you put on a fresh leather glove, it's tight. You got to get it on, squeeze it on, put it on. You go about your business. But once it starts stretching, there's no going back. You don't have that fresh feel unless you change out your glove. So where this glove, every time I put it on, it's a fresh feel. And I think that has to be an important thing that we get out there. It's a fresh feeling new glove every time I put it on. So that was important that I needed to jump in and interrupt you. Just wanted to say that. Fresh feel.
I'll just give you a little bit of history on it. This is our second crack at it. We tried an earlier model that just wasn't holding up like the way we wanted. Had a different palm. That was about maybe 5 years ago. Took all the customer feedback, went into production again, found some new suppliers, and changed the palm coating, made it a little bit thicker. Went from instead of a full palm coating, we've got ridges in there, which helps with the rain playing in humid conditions. And our supplier's been phenomenal. Our return rates and defective rates are off the charts. I think I've seen 2 and 5,000 pieces. It's really unbelievable. And the way we came up with it is we're based out of Arizona and got just tired of putting on a glove, because I'm the laziest guy you'll ever meet. When I had a leather glove, I basically crumple it up and put it in my bag and expect it to be nice the next time I grab it. And so I was like, I got tired of burning through gloves, whether they were cracking, blackening, whatever. And so we're big football fans, and we started looking at materials used in baseball and football gloves. And that's kind of where it started. But the one thing I will say about our glove that I've never found in another glove, I'm still lazy and I still throw it in my bag. And every time I put that thing on, it still feels good.
Now, can I ask, I talked about this last week, and I want to know, was there a purpose? Across the fingers, your last 3 fingers on your hand, there's a black kind of rubber band that kind of goes across that. Does that serve a purpose? Because I found that also kind of helps the fingers not to slide, the most important fingers. Is that a purpose for that?
It wasn't on purpose. It was just kind of one of those things that happen. I've also heard that the screen printing on the top of the hand so people aligned it better. These are certain things that just we got lucky and they ended up serving a purpose, but it was unintentional for sure.
And that's how usually greatness happens. Unintentional.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Talk about because last week I talked about the construction of the glove, how well it was constructed, it's sewn together and everything else. I've put on gloves and all of a sudden, Billy, I put on gloves and as I'm pulling it on my wrist, it rips right at where it fastens at. Now,
it just happened.
Yes. Talk about the construction. What went into the construction? How important was that for you?
So you'd be really surprised about all the kind of materials you can get pretty readily. The leather materials, that everything we've tested, whether it was the synthetic leather or a regular leather glove, you can find where they're super comfortable, super thin, whatever. But, I can't make it 4 or 5 rounds without burning through one. And, you're talking about the $30 gloves. So what we did is we basically went out and found the best materials we could find that were super breathable, super comfortable. And then we had to see how the silicone lasted. And basically we've got testers over the years that test our stuff. And so I look for guys that play 5 days a week. A lot of retired military guys in Florida are some of our best testers, and they love our gloves. But I sent them some samples, and one of them got back to me with one of his initial sample and played 85 rounds with the same glove and sent me pictures. And I said, we might have a problem. These things might last too long. But, I mean, so
there is such a thing.
Depending on your grip, 85 is extreme, but we're seeing gloves last 25 to 60 rounds, depending on how heavy your grip is. So I'm thrilled with the silicone right now. I'm thrilled with our supplier, and that's why we make the claim 3 to 5 times. And to be honest with you, I haven't had anybody, unless it was something where they split the mesh on the top, because the mesh isn't going to last forever.
Right, yeah.
But I've never seen the palm break down. I've never seen one crack, unless it just was a tear. It just doesn't blacken. It doesn't absorb your sweat. That's why they feel new.
And here's the thing too, for those that like travel abroad or something like that, buy yourself multiple gloves, because especially like next year, Billy, we're going to be in Ireland. Mm-hmm. And the chances of rain every single day is probable.
Well, that's why when you said that you were going to order the other one, I was going to tell you, make sure you order my other hand. Because one, even though I know people make fun of us in Florida, 60 degrees is cold.
Right.
So I use fruit gloves when it's 60 degrees. And you know what? There might be a benefit to doing all the time. And the thing is, like in Florida, you had your drizzle. In New Mexico, we have our rain every day here in Florida right now. And the best part about it was in 94-degree heat and 104 index, my hand wasn't wet. You know what I mean? The glove wasn't soaking. I didn't have to change a glove. Now, one of the guys that we had as a guest and one of the other guys that plays with me every weekend, he goes through 5, 6, sometimes 7 gloves in a round because the sweat is just too much. You can see that the leather turns a bright, different dingy color from the sweat. I don't have that problem anymore. I don't have to worry about swapping out my glove. I just put this one on and I don't take off my glove to putt. So it made it that much easier for me. I didn't have to worry about it. I didn't have to worry about slippage. I didn't have to worry about when my hand was going to turn, because there's nothing worse than when you're going to hit a good shot and you hit down to cut the ball and make that ball spin. And all of a sudden your glove twist, your club twist, everything goes offline. So this is a very important piece of equipment.
Absolutely. I agree.
We'll never be upset if people buy multiples. I'll just put that out there.
No, they should.
Oh, you sure about that? No, in all seriousness, though, I mean, if you're on a golf trip and you have multiple days that you have possible rain, do you really want to start your next day with a wet glove? These are machine washable, but are you going to have access to a washing machine when you're at some hotels sometimes? No, you're not. So it's ideal.
But we all have backups.
And you know what, Billy? Here's the thing, too, man. I mean, the golf glove that I used to play was $35. This $21.99 with free U.S. shipping.
The only thing I'm going to suggest to my man Rod to throw it way and above, but maybe we'll put it in the form of a question and hopes that he'll answer it and not give us like a, maybe in the future stuff. I need to know when colors are coming.
No, it doesn't need colors. It does not. No. It's stylish. It does not need color.
Dude, no,
don't ruin it.
Color.
Don't ruin it. You start putting dye in this fabric, you're going to ruin it. You don't need No. I'm going to be with Rod on this. You don't need color.
Well, how can you be with Rod when he hasn't answered the question?
Actually, we've got a all charcoal one in the works. I don't see us doing yellows, blues, all that stuff. That's not us.
No, I don't want that. I want black. Black is good.
So I'll be honest with you. We were going to do black. The materials just weren't as good as the quality we want, what we're typically looking for. So we went to a charcoal. We're just ordering them now. I've got a few. We're going to get some testing going on. But yeah, we're doing a charcoal one. It's actually really a slick looking glove. And I'm guessing October time frame for those to hit retail. So just to let everybody know, they're available on our website or Amazon. So right now we've got a handful of retailers, but not much. I expect that's going to take a little while. The reason I don't think retailers are going to want to carry it because they're not going to sell as many gloves. To be quite honest.
No, I think you're in a good market where you should be, which is Amazon. But
you know what? The price point, the retail price point, Rod. I think and I hate to say this to you, but I think you're wrong. I think retailers would carry this, or golf shops would carry this for those that forgot a golf glove.
I think golf shops, but I think that the green grass stores would carry it.
Now, you're not talking about big box. You're not talking about Walmart or like. No, they're not going to sell them.
No. I don't. Yeah, no. But I think if you actually went into the courses into their shops, I think these would be big because they charge this price point for something that you wear that one time and then you got to throw it away anyway. So if you can get something like this in there.
But as a retailer, that's what they want, right? They want you to spend over and over, just like they want you to lose the balls.
Yeah, but not everybody's going to forget that glove after they get that initial shock drop.
And it's been funny. The few shops, the few Encore shops that are carrying it, that's all been driven by members. Members go in and say, "You need to start carrying this," and so it's been really cool. We're not calling.
And I can see that. I also want to throw out, Rod, when you need testers, somebody that's on the screen with you right now lives in Florida, so that's one check. Two, he got recognized by Golf Now and playing over 130 rounds in a year, so that might help. And one of us got to play with somebody special named Graham McDowell because of all those rounds that they played. So yeah, if you ever need like an extra tester to put stuff through, one of us or both of us might be willing to help, and not the one that was just laughing and chuckling.
I'm willing to help. I mean, he needs left-handed testers too. So
as soon as we get the gray ones, guys, we'll be sending some for you to check out.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Really quick though, we have about 90 seconds here. One thing we want to thank Rod for, Ron Dunlap from Caddy Daddy Golf right now joining us, and we're talking about the Claw, but they do offer other products on their website. They offer golf bags, golf travel bags, hybrid travel bags, Sunday golf bags, golf bag coolers, and golf accessories as well. So we'll give you the website. But we have something special for the listeners out there, right, Billy?
Very special. Very, very, very. Hey, you know what, Biggs? We got to make the phrase that plays the Claw.
The Claw. Hold on. Yep.
The Claw.
Give me 1 second.
Okay, yeah, hit it, baby. Hit it.
Phrase of the week. The Claw. There we go.
That's going to come out beautifully. That's perfect. That's the way to go into August.
That's the way to go in August. Our first show, August, and what we're doing for you is Caddy Daddy has donated not one glove, not two gloves, not three gloves, not four gloves. He has donated 6 golf gloves.
6 gloves.
6.
Yes.
So this is what we're going to do starting today. We are going to be giving away, so this whole month, you can enter to win your very own men's or ladies Caddy Daddy Claw gloves. So you get to experience yourself. We're going to choose 2 winners for the next 3 months.
That's perfect. They won't regret it. And you know what? Why wait to win? Go get yourself one.
That's right.
What you need. Go to Amazon. Amazon got them.
If you're a Prime member, you can have it on your doorstep the next day in 2 days.
That's it. 2 days, baby. And you know what? You will thank us.
Yes.
Because you know what? This
by the way, I just want to give a shout out to Queen of Greens on Instagram who wanted to know my review of the golf glove. Queen of Greens, get yourself one. That is all I'm going to say. And if you don't like it, I'll give your money back.
Yeah, and the thing is, that Queen of Green, I won't tell you where she works, but she tapped me on the shoulder one day when I met her in the airport. She goes, "You're the golf father, aren't you?" Like, yeah, how do you know? She's like, "I see you on Instagram."
Yeah.
So yeah, she's been a long time listener, man. I love her. Thank you for asking for that review. She needs to get out and get her some of these gloves. She lives in Florida.
Amazon.com. All you have to do is Caddy Daddy Golf or search for the Caddy Daddy Claw on Amazon and find it there. Or you can head over to CaddyDaddyGolf.com. That's Caddy, CADDY, Daddy, DADDY, Golf.com. Rod, thank you so much for joining us here on Bigg's Golf Talk. And man, oh man, you're my new best friend. That's all I got to say.
Appreciate it, guys. Really appreciate
it. Did we show them that we're too excited, Biggs? I think we showed them that we're too excited. next time, you need to control yourself better, Biggs.
Okay.
You're too hype, I keep telling you.
All right. More Biggs Golf Talk coming your way. Coming up next, it is Biggs Product of the Week. We'll be right back.
Have you ever seen a tour pro line up a putt with a dirty ball? No way. A clean ball rolls accurately, and accurate putts mean lower scores. The solution? Ready Putt. It's the putter cover reinvented. Ready Putt has a patented ball cleaner that's made to absorb and retain water. All you need to do is add water, and it remains wet throughout your round, giving your ball the perfect shine. It also has a magnetic surface to hold your ball marker and divot repair tool. Let's say you switch putters from round to round using a blade, mid-mallet, or large mallet. Ready Putt Original has you covered. Look, putting is hard enough. Accurate putts start with a clean ball, and a clean ball starts with Ready Putt.
For more information about Ready Putt, visit ReadyPutt.com. That is ReadyPutt.com. Clean it and sink it. The United States Golf Challenge, sponsored by Tito's Handmade Vodka, is searching for the country's best two-player teams to compete against an international field in the 54-hole Ryder Cup-style event, known prestigiously as the International Kings Cup. The International Kings Cup is played in remembrance of golf's greatest ambassador, Mr. Arnold Palmer, whose honesty, integrity, sportsmanship, and commitment to excellence represent the ideals for which the game of golf is known. The road to the Kings Cup begins with a national qualifier. Two-player teams compete in an 18-hole qualifier playing best ball using net scoring. For more information, to sign up, and to find a national qualifier near you, their website is usgolfchallenge.com. That is usgolfchallenge.com.
This is Bigg's Product of the Week. Each week, Bigg Jon and the Golf Father select a golf product to feature. Here is Bigg Jon Vick and Bill, the Golf Father Cuevas, with this week's Product of the Week.
And Bigg's Product of the Week is sponsored by the U.S. Golf Challenge with Tito's Handmade Vodka. You need to be 21 years of age to enjoy a great Tito's beverage, and friends don't let friends drive drunk. Bill, the Golf Father Cuevas, and Bigg Jon Quick back with you here on Bigg's Golf Talk. And Billy, we have selected Cafe Valet as Bigg's Product of the Week. And one of the reasons why we have selected that, we finally have had a chance to try their coffee. We had the opportunity to interview Chip Walder from Cafe Valet, who discussed his story about why he decided to support the Folds of Honor with his company, Cafe Valet. But let me tell you a little bit about it. Folds of Honor single-serve coffee capsules are packed with dark roasted 100% Arabica coffee that delivers rich, delicious taste in every convenient cup. They're made for the Cafe Valet Barista single-serve coffee maker and are fully compatible with other capsule brewing systems such as K-Cups, your regular, those coffee makers that take the K-Cups. Yep.
And those little single-serve cup things.
Absolutely. They also support a noble cause. A portion of the proceeds from every order goes to the Folds of Honor, which aids families of fallen and wounded American service members. Choose from the Folds of Honor regular or the Folds of Honor decaf. And, Billy, we've had a chance to try the regular, and I got to tell you, I was very impressed with the taste of the coffee. It was very, very good.
Yes. It is my favorite cup of coffee now. That's how I'm starting my mornings. That's how we were doing the show. When we do some of our show, we're doing with our cup of coffee. I was pleasantly surprised. We've been lucky that we've tested several throughout this year, within the last year rather, and this one's standing far above. It's flying high, like one of those jets from Major Dan. Well, Colonel Dan flying out. So I love the fact that just the mere fact that they are part of the Folds of Honor, man. They had us there.
So just think about it. When you purchase this coffee, a portion of the proceeds goes to the Folds of Honor. So just imagine when you put that cup in your brewing system and you see the Folds of Honor logo on there, just know that with every sip of coffee you are drinking, you have supported the Folds of Honor.
You're supporting the legacy, man. We're leaving no family behind, man. And there's a lot of families, especially during this pandemic that we have going on. There's a lot of support that's needed out there. And I was happy that Valet joined in the fight. You know what I mean?
With every sip of coffee, you are honoring their sacrifice and allowing Cafe Valet to give to the folds of honor to educate their legacy.
Absolutely. That's beautifully said. And you just thought that.
Yeah.
It's not like rehearsed or anything else. So we're speaking from the heart, you know, some of the stories. And I'm looking forward. They got videos up on their site. So I want everybody that's listening to go check out cafevalet.com and just click the Folds of Honor logo. And you'll see they got 2 videos, amazing videos. And as their sources grow and we grow, there's more stuff to come. I'm sure this is just the tip of the iceberg for them. It's just the beginning. And I know once we start supporting them and the fact that they're supporting the Folds, and like I said when we had them on last week, the price point, what they're selling it for example, I went shopping today, and when I was looking at coffee, there was a 48 box for $4 less than their 80 count box. So you guys do the math, and it's good coffee. It's not a knockoff.
No, it's really good coffee.
It's really good coffee.
Yes.
So that's what I'm saying. It's winner for everybody. You're getting your coffee. It's good coffee. You're not sacrificing by weak, watered down coffee. You're helping the Folds of Honor. We're educating the legacy of these kids and mothers and fathers that are, you know, that they paid the ultimate sacrifice, man. So yeah, we're supporting that. And Cafe Valet is giving you a great product. You can't complain. It's an all-around win for everybody.
Wait a minute. I have breaking news here on Bigg's Golf Talk when it comes to Cafe Valet. I was just told in my headphones. Mm-hmm. They just got off the phone with our people here at Bigg's Golf Talk, Cafe Valet, and you could go to the website right now, and it's on our website. Cafe Valet is giving a Cafe Valet barista single-serve coffee maker. Now listen to this. Mm-hmm. The features on this: brews an 8 to 10 ounce cup of coffee at the optimum brewing temperature, right? No breakable glass or to wash, you know, one of those glass containers. Mm-hmm. No grounds to clean up. This is simple, only 3 steps to brew the coffee. A one-touch start, auto shut-off after brewing, resets in 1 minute. Space-saving footprint, perfect for college kids, perfect for, you know, somebody that if you're only one person drinking a cup of coffee at home.
Perfect for our office.
55 square inches. A solid, sturdy base, has no removal. What? Are you serious? Yeah. Wait. Okay, let me get through this, and we're going to tell the listeners this. Safe, easy to use, locking top with hidden retracting piercing needle, a BPA-free construction, for use with Cafe Valet regular decaf coffee capsules, compatible with other capsules as well. Billy, this is coffee made easy, coffee made delicious. This is coffee made anywhere. You want to talk about convenience and value? I mean, if I'm about to make an announcement, but on their website, this Cafe Valet barista coffee maker, $49.99. Now, I challenge anybody to go to those expensive coffee makers that take these pods and find one for this price.
Nope, ain't gonna happen. Not gonna happen.
But listen to this: Cafe Valet generously has given Bigg's Golf Talk one of these coffee makers to give away. And you think that's enough. You're right?
You mean more? There's more.
Oh, I was just told there's more.
No way.
We're going to give coffee with the coffee maker.
Woohoo! They're giving us the coffee.
So they give you, for each box, it's 80 pods. 80 pods. Right?
Yep. 80 pods.
Oh, man, I might have to stand up or sit down for this one.
Uh-oh.
Are you serious? Okay. So Cafe Valet, not only are you going to get the Cafe Valet barista coffee maker, single-serve coffee maker, okay, that goes with the pods, and we're going to give you coffee. So it's not going to be just 1 box. It's not going to be just 2 boxes.
Wow,
it's
2
not.
boxes?
Wait, no. It ain't stopping there. Not 3 boxes. Not 4 boxes. We're going to go on, and we're going to give the winner 5 boxes of coffee with their coffee maker.
That's 400 pods. That's over a year's supply of coffee.
Yes.
Wow. That's awesome.
The contest is on Biggs Golf Talk. I've been told it has been published, and it is up and running on BiggsGolfTalk.net on the website. Billy, I think this is the first time we have given anything away that's going to be good for a whole year for a listener.
That's incredible. And it's something everyone could use. Golfers, non-golfers, coffee drinkers. You don't even have to drink coffee when you're.
If you know somebody that drink, who does not know somebody that does not drink coffee?
I'm telling you, this is perfect. It's small.
Get it now and wrap it up. Put it underneath the tree. Oh yeah.
Oh my goodness. There's going to be someone that's going to be really happy. Hey, Biggs, can I send in my resignation for like August? Can I take off? Can I have vacation?
You want vacation time for a month? Is that what you want?
Furloughed. Can you furlough me? I need to be furloughed because I need to secretly enter the contest.
Wow. Bill, the Golffather Cuevas, can you believe this?
That is awesome.
Not only are we giving away on the website for the month of August, we made up because we didn't give anything. We can give squat away for July. So we're making it up in August for you.
Absolutely.
So we're going to give you the claw glove. Okay, that contest is up by Caddy Daddy Golf. 2 winners will be selected with that.
That's right, 2 winners, baby.
We're going to give a dozen of golf balls away from Sniper brand, okay, and the Cafe Valet. What I'm titling it as. Okay, write this down because it's going to go. You're putting it on a website like this. The Cafe Valet coffee prize package.
It's awesome, man. That's an awesome package. It's the first of a kind for us.
Yes.
I love the fact, especially in the morning. I mean, you're getting ready to go out to the golf course, single serve, boop, beep, and you're out.
Yes.
You don't have to worry about it. And it makes the perfect size and the perfect strength. You can't beat that. That's awesome.
And get this, guys, get this. So if you travel, pack a couple of pods with you because Cafe Valet is in, 90% of hotels?
They are. They're all over the place.
They're all over the place.
Yes.
So take one of these pods with you and take it with you in your travel case, and boom, you have Cafe Valet on the road.
That's I didn't even think about that. We travel a lot.
Yes.
We need to take our coffee with us.
Exactly.
I'm very spoiled with it. I'm enjoying it too much. I don't want to give up my coffee.
With every drink of Cafe Valet Folds of Honor coffee, you are honoring their sacrifice. And when you purchase that coffee from Cafe Valet, you are educating their legacy. Cafe Valet is Biggs' product of the week. Wow, Billy. This is huge.
It's bigger than Big with 2 G's. You might have to add a 3rd G because it's big. It's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to this. I wish I could enter, man, but you sure you don't want to furlough me?
Billy, no, we're not going to furlough you.
Oh, and I just got to say this thing too, Biggs.
Yes.
I'm still getting accustomed to you being called Bigg Jon Quick.
As everyone else is.
Because I know it's real. And the thing is, like, I've known. So, I mean, it's all good. I knew that it was coming. And I always joked about it. But now it's a reality. It's a beautiful thing, that you're married now and sharing everything together. But listening to you say how flawlessly it comes off of your lips, because I'm jacking it up. I'm like, big, quick. Yeah, that's what he said. So, I just want to, give you my best. I wasn't there, physically, but spiritually, man, I was there 100% for you, man. We're going to make up for it.
And something, and we're out of time, but something that, and I just want to let you know this, and you're going to see this when you come here, something that, and this was all Shayna's idea.
Uh-huh.
So, the bride always has a bouquet, and she's always holding a bouquet.
Yeah.
So she asked me for your picture. She asked for my mom's picture. She asked for my dad's picture. Along with other people that could not be there, it means dear to her and to us. Mm-hmm. But she put Billy's picture. She put my mom's picture. She put my dad's picture, who is not even with us anymore. on her bouquet.
That was awesome. I got the picture of us. That was me and you together.
Yes. Yes.
You know what I mean? So, no, it was a total blessing. I'm glad that, I know we're out of time, but I'm glad that, you're happy. In the end, this thing got changed too many times because of pandemic stuff, but we're going to celebrate.
We are. We're going to celebrate big.
And we're going to celebrate big.
Yes.
And we're going to share it with everybody and everybody know. The most important thing is that you guys are happy. In the end, that's the only thing that's going to matter. You guys are joined now.
And I got to tell you, thank you. Thank you for being my brother.
Always, brother. Love you, man. Always going to be here for you. Thick and thin, man.
With that said, for Bill the Golffather Cuevas, for Amanda the Golf Diva Robertson, and everybody here at Biggs Golf Talk, I'm Bigg Jon Vick. Thanks for listening. Our website is www.biggsgolftalk.net or .com, BIGGS, golftalk.net or .com. Be sure to check out the contests. They are up and running, so go enter now and enter every single day. And we're going to even have some surprise entry, bonus entries, if you will, on Instagram. So be sure to follow us on Instagram as well. Thanks for listening, everybody. And until next week,
you matter.